This is the best of the Rocker Morning Show with Meatball and Mark.
Billy, you're on with Mark and Meatball.
Hey, Mark and Meatball.
Good morning, Billy. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine. How are you guys doing?
Doing good, man.
Not too bad at all, man. It's great to be talking with you, but unfortunate for the reason, I guess, that we've got you on the line with us today. Billy Burnette, former guitar player for Fleetwood Mac, also working on some solo work with Christine McVie, which unfortunately we lost yesterday, Billy. So we're first and foremost, hard to hear that news, and we send our thoughts out to you and Christine's family and friends and all the bandmates out there.
Yes, it was a very sad day for me as well. We go back. I think I met Christine in the early 90s. Yes, it was the early 90s, and got to instantly be big friends. And she was a soulful and just really classy lady.
Yeah, like you said, you go back a long time with her, and you knew Christine really well. Obviously, you guys hit it right off. Because we all know her from that public persona, her up on stage performing. What was she like behind the curtain, just as a friend?
She was a real natural person, really one of my best friends, and I cherish our friendship and just miss her dearly. She was just really, like I say, a classy, strong woman, and
yeah.
Her friendship meant a lot to me, and her artistry, and she was a deep musician. And I can't say enough about her musicianship because she was so incredible. She was like the glue for the kind of kept the whole band rocking.
Sure. The public persona that we got to see her on stage with Fleetwood Mac and when she was performing solo, the persona that we got to see up on stage, was that who she was in real life too, like behind the scenes and when just interacting with you guys?
Oh, yeah, she was funny and down to earth and just a real funny person, real natural. I always had so much respect for Christine because the way she held herself and with Christine, Mick, and John McVie, it was like their pocket was so deep. Mm-hmm. It was like, the pocket of life and the pocket they had on stage. And it was just an incredible thing. I was really blessed to have been part of that whole scene,
Sure.
To be honest.
Sure. The reactions from, artists across Twitter and Facebook, too, have been overwhelmingly warm and heartfelt. Talk to us about her impact in the music world, because it wasn't just, what she did with Fleetwood Mac and rock and roll, which arguably was huge, but so many people across so many different genres were able to connect with her with the music that she made.
Yes. I think that's because she was so internationally known, and really was a blues person. She loved rock and roll. Mm-hmm. She was the real deal. She was the real thing, Christine.
And as unfortunate as it is, I hope through this tragic event that more people are opened up to the music. I think you see that a lot when you have some of these high profile musicians who have passed away. More people start discovering their music. And I think that really is a testament to how talented they truly are and how much of an impact they've made on so many of our lives.
Well, ever since I woke up this morning, I've been listening to her and listening to things that we've done together. And I was in her solo band.
Yeah. I
was in the Fleetwood Mac with her. And I had played with her before in other bands, and it was just, the whole thing was like a musical adventure to me. It was like I was so blessed to be a part of her life and to be a friend of hers. It was an unbelievable experience for me.
Do you have any specific memory with her on the road, maybe one that sticks out more than anything else?
I remember there was a lot of long nights, that were like when you're out there traveling, but she was always, really gracious to the whole thing. She was like, Christine was a trooper. She was tough. She was strong. And she was like, when you're in a band, like, it's like, just one of the I don't want to say one of the guys, just one of the part of the band.
Right. True. Right. You mentioned, she was a really funny person too. I'm wondering if she was kind of a prankster behind the scenes or anything like that. Pull any jokes on you that you could remember?
Yeah, there was quite a few. Her and John and Mick. There's a series that you go through of events. I don't know if I can talk about it many on air, but it was. we had a lot of fun. In fact, we were like a party machine and did music on the side. No, that's the wrong way around.
I love that.
But we definitely had fun, and we had so much fun with Christine and the whole band. The whole band was great. When I came into it with Rick Vito and myself.
Sure.
It was just such a musical adventure for one thing, and then the adoration I had for him already. I was the biggest Fleetwood Mac fan in the world, so to me it was like a fairy tale, life, and I was blessed to be part of it.
You mentioned the solo work that you got to do with her. You co-wrote "So Excited," which was on her first record, and "Giving It Back" on her final album, which actually also showed up on the Songbird compilation album that came out earlier this year. She actually co-wrote some stuff for your solo work too, I believe. "It Ain't Over." Did she do that one with you too? Yeah.
Yeah, that was one that we did. We did that one with a producer friend of mine, Richard Podler, over in the Valley.
Okay.
And Christine lived in Beverly Hills, and I lived over in the Bat Valley. So we got together at that studio, and she helped me out with a couple of tunes on there, and we wrote a couple of things with Steve Cropper at the time, and we were like really musical.
Right.
We were dedicated to what we were doing, and Christine was just so gracious and so giving with her talent and everything. She was really, really helped me a lot with my music, and she was. There'll never be another one like her, really.
Right. You got to work with her, obviously, both in Fleetwood Mac and with yours and her solo work. Was there a difference in when she was working in a Fleetwood Mac scenario versus doing the solo stuff? Was it kind of the same process for her, or was she a totally different person?
That was pretty much, Christine was Christine, and she had her beliefs. She really had it together, and really carried herself like she was a class act all the way. She was so soulful and so, fun-loving, and she was a magical person,
Yeah.
I don't know if any of us really knew the extent of her illness near the end. I know Stevie Nicks said that she only found out this past weekend that she wasn't well. Can you recall what your last interaction with Christine was?
I saw Christine last time was in town here with when she was here with Lindsey Buckingham.
Okay.
Me and a songwriter friend went backstage and hung out with her a little bit, and it'd been a long time since I'd seen her, and she was same Christine, and great, and it was great to see her. And then I didn't, I wish I'd seen more of her toward the end.
No doubt.
Sure.
Well, again, man, our hearts are with you, her bandmates, family, and friends. Such a tough loss this week in rock, but we're definitely going to be paying tribute to her all week on the Rocker Morning Show and on 107.7 RKR. So obviously, rest in peace, Christine McVie. And Billy, we really appreciate your time to come on in this tough time and talk to us about her. And we really appreciate talking to you as well.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. And the only thing I could say is she just was an incredible woman, Christine
No doubt.
McVie. Incredible lady.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Billy. We appreciate it.
Thank you guys so much.
Take care, man.
Bye-bye.
Live weekday mornings from 6 to 10 and on demand in the Rocker app. It's the best of the Rocker Morning Show on 107.7 RKR.